Good Monday morning, meaties. Here she is. She's here again. Isn't that right? Mr. BN King, first in the chat. Ms. Lucy, first kitty on the stream, as always. Love her so much. How old is Lucy? Lucy's 10. God, is she 11 now, maybe? She might be 11. That's okay, she's gonna live forever. Isn't that right, little baby? Oh, I love her so much. She's such a big old jiggly cat. I wake up earlier in the morning than Chelsea, always, and Molly will always just stay on the bed. Yeah, I'm talking about your sister. I know. And Molly will just always stay on the bed with Chelsea until she gets up. So that's when Lucy and James have some time together, is in the morning downstairs. That's right. Okay. You done, honey? It's 9 a.m. here. Kitsukix. All right, let me let her out of this room. 1 second. Come on, honey. Alrighty. How is everybody this morning? Got a bunch of news for you, but then I gots to go. My temporary crown last night fell off, so I gotta call the dentist and be like, can we fix this, please? Also got like flying ants in a part of my house and clogged sink, so just shit's falling apart all over the place. I gotta call people to fix it. So let's get going on this. There's cat hair everywhere now. All right. There's a Hostel TV series apparently in the works, starring Paul Giamatti, Oscar nominee. Oscar, has he won one? If he hasn't, I'm sure he will eventually. But Paul Giamatti is apparently going to star in a Hostel TV series. It'll be directed and co-written and co-EP'd by Eli Roth. I also didn't realize Chris Briggs and Mike Fleiss returning to the project. I guess they were producers on Hostel, but they are also part of 5th season, which makes Apple TV Plus's Severance. Severance rules. Severance is one of my favorite shows in the past 10 years. It makes me feel like I'm watching Lost again for the first time. I can't wait for it to come back for season 2, which it will be soonish. They finished shooting, so definitely watch Severance if you haven't. It's like dark sci-fi on Apple TV Plus. It's amazing. I didn't realize that the guys who made or some of the people who make Severance were involved in Hostel, but I guess they're involved in the show too. So thanks, Nick Moretti. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Paul Giamatti, obviously, big time actor, just was nominated for The Holdovers, which is fantastic. Amazing movie to watch, especially in the winter time, Christmassy time. Very warm, cozy film. Loved it. And yeah, all right, we'll see how that goes. Ty West, his X is going to go back to theaters for a single day on June 18th. And it will, you can see it in theaters before Maxine comes out. So that's exciting. If you haven't seen X in theaters, always a good chance, always a good way to see any movie is to see it in theaters. No distractions, full picture and sound quality, assuming your theater is good, but not sure where tickets are for that. But obviously, as Maxine prepares to roll out, we'll be, prepping for that. We got the Pearl Kill Count coming out a week before Maxine hits theaters, and then perhaps a little something over on Scream Dreams as well. If you haven't subscribed or checked out, sorry, there's cat hair everywhere. If you haven't subscribed or checked out Scream Dreams, make sure you do that. That is the other podcast I'm involved in, where it's also on YouTube that you can subscribe to. It's me and Catherine Corcoran and Barbara Crampton interviewing horror people. So Scream Dreams podcast on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Not a big fan of how big re-releases have gotten, especially if it's a movie less than 4 years old. Theaters have to make money somehow, David. they're in a bad spot right now, so they've got to make money somehow. If re-releases do it, then that's what it's going to be. My housemates just went and saw Fellowship of the Ring in theaters this past weekend. They said they loved it. They haven't seen it in theaters. I mean, we watch it frequently. We're big Lord of the Rings fans here in this house, but haven't seen it in theaters since it came out, or perhaps the extended edition re-releases. And it's great to see movies on the big screen, you know, especially if, like, I've never seen The Thing on the big screen. If they did a re-release of it, I'm sure they have, and I've just missed them, but I would love to see that. It'd be great. There's a new Predator movie coming. Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, is going to be making Badlands, and it'll be starring Elle Fanning, apparently. I don't know if we know anything about this other than the people involved. Plot details are being kept under wraps, other than it'll feature everyone's favorite extraterrestrial big game hunter. Oh yeah, do I have... Big game hunter. So that's cool. And it is more likely to get a theatrical release, I think. Prey never got one, but apparently, let me see, there was something about... obviously Prey did really well, broke streaming records for Hulu, got nominated for a Emmy, and apparently, I swear there was something about a theatrical release being more likely here. Yeah, I don't know where that is, but oh yeah, here. 20th Century has been much back in the theatrical game with films like Boogeyman and Alien Romulus, so theatrical premiere isn't out of the question. So that's cool. Did people not say it would be another themed one, like Japanese theme or Viking theme? It doesn't seem like it if Elle Fanning's involved. Well, maybe she could play Viking? I don't know. But we have no news on it yet, so. Walking Dead. So I don't follow the Walking Dead stuff, but so the Walking Dead main show ended. Fear the Walking Dead ended, but there's Walking Dead... Those Who Lived, is that what it's called? Is that The Ones Who Live? That's the Rick and Michonne spinoff. And then Dead City is gonna have a second season. That's the Maggie and Negan spinoff. And then now there's this Daryl Dixon show, and that season 2 is gonna be coming out in September. But this is called I get a kick out of this. This is called The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, because Carol's coming back. The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol. The Book of Carol. The Book of Carol. What is she, a prophet now? Whatever. Walking Dead fans, at least you'll never go hungry. You know? You'll always have something to watch. Or 3 shows to watch. Great. That's good. The Last of Us Season 2 apparently will only be 7 episodes instead of 9. But one of the episodes might be extended. I still haven't watched Last of Us, so I was like very cagey reading this article, hoping that there wouldn't be spoilers. There aren't in it. Just talking about how long the season will be. And I think showrunner Craig Mazin said something about they don't want to go past the games. He wouldn't want the television show's plot to go beyond the source material that people have in the world. So that's cool. That sounds like a good decision and a good thing to do for fans of the property. But they said season 3 will be significantly larger, and indeed the story may require a season 4, so that's good. And that won't arrive until sometime in 2025, so I have plenty of time to watch that first season. Nope, no release date. Sorry, sometime in 2025, Scroll Nation leader. We got Mark Duplass. Anyone know Creep? Creep's a really fun found footage horror movie. It's creepy. It infamously freaked me out one night when I tried watching it by myself before Dead Meat, long before Dead Meat. When Chelsea was away and I was just by myself and I tried watching Creep, I had to stop it and finish it the next day when we got to this motherfucker right here, Peach Fuzz. He's so creepy. I haven't seen Creep 2, but more Creep on the way because the Creep tapes is a series that's going to happen, an episodic television series, because, you know, part of the reason, part of the plot here involves a guy hiring someone to film him for a day, or not for a day, for I think longer than that. But then the guy figures out that he's done this before, and there are lots of other tapes that precede him. And so I believe this series will follow those tapes, you know, or be inspired by those tapes. So Mark Duplass, great filmmaker, part of the mumblecore scene of the late 2000s, early 2010s. He's buds with all the, you know, like Ty West was in that scene, Adam Wingard, a lot of great people. You're Next came from those folks. So cool people all around, and more creep stuff coming out. Got our first IP haunted house announcement for Halloween Horror Nights. It's going to be A Quiet Place, which is interesting because one of the, you know, standout features of haunts at these things is how loud they are. So I'm very curious to see how a Quiet Place themed house will work when the whole movie and series is about being quiet and not making noise, whereas houses at Horror Nights is all about loud noises and things popping out at you. But it does say something about a unique sound design, I think. Says something about that. Unique sound design, special effects, and scare actors. And that could just be, you know, press release talk of like, oh, captivating, groundbreaking new technology. But I don't know. I'm curious to see if they are going to do anything different with it. That'll be cool. Alan Wake 2 has some expansion packs available now. This article is older, so it's actually available now. Still haven't played this game, or it's the first one, but Night Springs is available now. And if you like Alan Wake 2, go ahead and jump on that. Oh, Mug of the Day is my Tom Cardy one. Daddy Want the Big Breakfast. Tom Cardy, always worth a follow on any social media that you do, because he's just so fucking funny, and they're just little bite-sized funny songs. In fact, let's just watch this one, his latest one. Is it 36 seconds? Get a little Tom Hardy on here. Oh boy, this doesn't fit vertical video, but okay.
If I went back to the Wild Wild West, I reckon I'd die pretty quick. I'd get shot by a 6-gun, or rounds thinking about me on my hand. But if I survived for a couple of days, you know just what I'd do. I would write and act and tour the land and pretend that I wrote Shrek 2. Shrek 2, Shrek 2. We could put your folks think I wrote Shrek 2. It would blow their minds if they thought I wrote that fairy godmother song too. Shrek 2, Shrek 2. It's a second thing I'd do. If I went back in time, I would kill baby Hitler, then I'd pretend I wrote Shrek 2.
So, yeah, he just does that, little bite-sized songs. He's amazing, an amazing musician. He plays all those parts, does all those layers and shit, so really cool guy, hilarious. And how do you make a song about time travel devolve into a thing about Shrek 2? I don't know, but the guy's fucking hilarious and creative, and this mug rips too. Daddy Want the Big Breakfast, that's a great song. That's a longer one. He has some longer ones too that are like 2 or 3 minutes, but they're all funny. Big recommend of Tom Cardy. I wish I had an inch of that talent, dude. An ounce of that talent. The guy is so fucking funny. So, I'm not familiar with how cool it is to talk about leaks. So, there is a leak about Mortal Kombat, and I don't know if I want to bring it up here. So, I have that tab open, but I might skip it just because I don't know how, you know, I don't know how much do people avoid leaks about games they play. Because if it were a spoiler about, like, if it were a leak for a TV show or a film, I probably wouldn't talk about it. But this is a leak about the Mortal Kombat game, about the, you can look it up if you want. It's a leak about the potential character in the next Kombat pack. So if that's something you're interested in, if you like Mortal Kombat and you want to know who might be included in the next DLC Kombat pack, you can look it up. That information's out there, but just in case, I don't know. Because I don't know the protocol on that. But yes. I also don't love the idea of Karl Urban as Johnny Cage. We just watched all of The Boys, finally, to prepare for the new season coming out, and we really enjoy it. And Karl Urban's great. He's so good at Billy Butcher, but like, him as Johnny Cage makes no sense to me. He's older than I'd expect, and he's also too fucking cool. He'd make a great Kano, yeah, but he's like a sleazy cool guy, whereas Johnny Cage is more of a dorky dude trying to be cool. He has more of a polish, a veneer to him that Karl Urban, from what I've seen, especially lately in The Boys, doesn't fit the role. But he could totally prove me wrong. What? I don't know. I haven't watched Generation V yet. I'd like to, though. I really like the world of The Boys. So, the Thing game, it just had a remaster announced, which is interesting. This is a game from 2002, an action-adventure game. I once tried to play it on stream way back in like 2018 or 19. I couldn't get the game to work because it was too old. Tried, I think I tried hooking up an old system or tried doing an emulator, but couldn't get it to work. So this is cool that they're going to remaster it. Wish we had a release date for it. We don't. It just says coming soon. But a remastered The Thing. Sounds like an interesting idea. Well, once we get a release date for it, maybe we can plan some stuff around that. That might make a lot of sense to do. I don't know. Glenn Powell would be a good Johnny Cage. Who said that? Who said that? Danny Elliott said agreeing with Glenn Powell. Oh, Jason Luce Jr. Yeah. Glenn Powell, sure, he's not starving for work. He's doing fine. But I think he would fit the role pretty well. Yeah, that's a good choice. There are plenty of choices. Glenn Powell is too cool for Johnny Cage. I think Glenn Powell could play dorky. Or like, I mean, obviously the guy's fucking Glenn Powell, but I think he could play the insecure, okay. We got Blumhouse Games. This was making big news. They're making like 5 games or some shit, spanning a variety of genres, each with their own distinctive and terrifying take on the world of horror. Let's see what this looks like. Yep, Megan. 5 Nights.
Dark times await us.
Theater of Dolls. Shooter of some kind. Cool. Ooh, what's this little guy? Is this like a Stardew Valley type thing? Grave Seasons. Oh no, it's like a RPG type thing.
Sleep. I cannot sleep.
Ooh, now this looks more my speed. Sleep Awake.
I am terrified to sleep.
Ooh.
I'm scared to death to stay awake.
I look like a weird baby.
Don't
Creepy
worry,
baby.
Bill. If any ghosts actually show up, I'll protect you.
A polygon-filled Fear the Spotlight. This looks like a retro,
Just go home.
almost like a Silent Hill type thing.
The local police department asked me to help with a case.
Is this a VR game?
Why would they need a game designer?
The simulation.
It should have some developer mode.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot going on here, man. Oh yeah, Brandon Cronenberg is doing one of these. Jesus.
Dark times await us.
So, has Blumhouse made games before, or is this their first foray into it? Because if this is their first dive into the space, hell of a way to launch. This is new. Wow, man, you gotta hand it to Blumhouse. I know that people rag on like, oh, Blumhouse, they think their movies are formulaic or like mainstream, but like you gotta hand it to their success, man. They are a reason that horror is so big. I'd say between Blumhouse and A24, you get a nice balance of like the mainstream things that'll appeal to more people and are often like fun, and then the A24 you get the more artsy, cerebral stuff that you can dig in deeper. But I mean, that's why horror is so awesome. You get all these different flavors, and launching 5 games that have such a variety to them. That's really exciting. That's great. All right, Starve Acre. This is why Matt Smith is in the thumbnail, because he's in here. It's Matt Smith and Morfydd Clark, who more people probably know from the Rings of Power, and I know that her Galadriel had a lot of criticism for whatever reason. I didn't watch the show. I only watched a few episodes. But I know her from Saint Maud, where she is fucking amazing. She's fantastic. So excited to see her in another horror film, which is in theaters and on demand July 26th.
Oh my god. Owen. Owen. Owen, breathe. Come on. Come on.
Where is he?
Ooh. Oh, EPs, okay. Zone of interest.
Let's expel our demons. He forgives you.
Oh, folk horror. Okay.
Can we talk?
No.
That's why we're getting the
I'll
strings.
speak to Richard about it. He's convinced that everything's fine.
Richard's heart's in right place.
What? Oh, his heart's in the right place.
How are you both?
We're fine.
Have you found any buried treasure out there yet?
Look at his hair.
Not today.
You shouldn't be in here.
Richard's writing. It's weird, Jules.
Sprouts and twists and festers in decay. Look at him looking like a little Snape driving that car. I gotta admit, the low strings, I'm getting sick of. I keep hearing them in trailers and stuff. It's just, it's become like the, was it Interstellar that did the bwom and then is just always in theaters, or always in trailers after that? I feel like these strings are frequently in there, for dark trailers now. I think another thing that we were watching, that like kind of Don't Worry Darling-esque dark thriller that we watched a trailer for, I feel like that also had the strings all over the place. Inception, not Interstellar, I'm sorry. My brain is like, IN, one word, that's the same movie. I'm like, no, dude, not Inception. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said, Morfydd Clark, awesome. I did think when it was like sprouts and twists, when it said sprouts and twists, I thought they meant twists as a noun. Like, this movie has a lot of twists, not how the sentence would eventually be, that it's twists into chaos. So I was like, wait, this movie has sprouts and twists? What are sprouts? Like actual like plants? What are we talking about here? But that makes more sense. Let's see. There was something else that I was thinking before the strings distracted me, but I can't figure out what it. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about how it's Rings of Power and House of the Dragon coming together. Their houses combine into a film. And Festers, my favorite Adams. That's right, Sapphic Hazard. It's like, oh, this movie about A horror movie about gardens? Okay, sure. Yes, we did watch the trailer for Never Let Go with Halle Berry. We did that a couple of weeks ago when that came out. Okay, so here's the trailer for Alien Romulus, which I still have not seen. So I'm excited to see this. I know that a lot of people have been watching this. It's been out for almost a week. I think it came out either last Monday or Tuesday, right after I did last week's stream. So let's check this out, if you haven't already. This is the new Alien movie from Fede Alvarez, who did the Evil Dead remake in 2013.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
Looks like the spaceships from Alien. Ooh. Why was it glowing?
What's happening?
Oh, face huggers in the water is gross.
I don't know, there's just something in the fucking water.
Ugh. Getting all up in that throat.
Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Oh. Whoa, that asteroid just entered that spaceship, dude. Oh, big ol', oh, that looks like a lot of deaths.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Classic shot. Great. That looks cool. All right, Alien Romulus, Michigan. Excited for that. Hopefully that will be a good Alien movie. You know, I do think that if I watched Prometheus and Alien Covenant now, I would probably like them way more than when I did. Probably be less hard on them. But it'd be great to have a, like, undeniably good Alien film. So, hoping that's good and that we can all agree that that's good, because we haven't had that since Aliens. So I feel like Alien 3 has its, I don't want to say charms. That movie's not very charming, but it has some ideas to it. I don't love Resurrection, but all those movies have their defenders, but none that are, like, universally loved, I don't think. The Vourdalak. The Vourdalak. What is this? Oh, it's a French vampire movie that's looking crazy right off the bat. Holy shit.
Ouvrez-moi, pour l'amour du ciel. J'ai été attaqué par des brigands.
Nous n'ouvrons cette porte à personne. Empruntez le sentier vers l'ouest. Vous rencontrerez la demeure.
Haha, look at this little outfit. Oh. This guy's creeping me out more than any fucking vampire.
C'est ridicule. Arrêtez.
Is it vampires? Or did I make that up?
Mes enfants, je pars. Attendez-moi 6 jours. Mais si jamais ce dont Dieu vous garde, je revenais après ces 6 jours révolus, je vous ordonne d'oublier que j'étais votre père et de ne point me laisser entrer. Car alors,
Refuse you
je ne
entry,
serai plus
yeah.
qu'un maudit Vourdalak.
Vourdalak. This looks fucking retro, dude.
Une charogne infâme. Revenu parmi nous dans l'unique but de sucer notre
This looks like it was made in the 70s sometimes. Like, the footage looks kind of grainy.
Pas à n'importe qui, monsieur. Il se délecte particulièrement du sang de ses parents proches et des êtres qui lui sont les plus chers.
What in the berries and cream is going on here, said Centane.
Tout allait bien ici avant votre arrivée. C'est vous, étrangers, qui avez porté le malheur sur notre famille.
père n'est pas tout pour ses enfants. Il n'est rien.
You should never let a traveling mime live with you, man. Yo, this looks cool. I like... Was it shot on film? I would guess no, just because that's more expensive. It was probably treated to look like film, maybe? Because what were we just watching that looked like film, but it wasn't? That was the case. It was treated. I don't know, but it's much easier to just shoot digitally and make it look that way. Especially as time goes on and more people go for that aesthetic, you learn the tricks of what works and what doesn't work. Wow, that looks cool, man. That looks interesting and weird. And, yeah, it looks like a lost 70s film. The Vourdalak. When does that come out? Does it say? Does nothing have a release date? Any release date? No? This fucking guy, man. He's so fucking weird. Opens in New York on June 28th. Opens, in Glendale in LA at July 19th. Opens in space? Oh, no, Portland, Maine. Wait. Okay, not to knock Portland, Maine, but that's not usually the third city you see on a list after New York, LA, and then Portland, Maine. What? Who? Okay, that's cool. Hey, Ben. Yeah, Ben, brand manager and producer Ben Bellevue, who is the reason why these live streams happen. He was born in Portland, Maine. So, let's go Maine. Did Stephen King just request it? Like, hey, I saw the trailer for your weird little French thing. Could you open that near me, please? I don't want to leave the radius of my home. I've got 3 more books to publish by the end of the week. So if you could just please have that open down the street for me, I'd really appreciate it. Alrighty. Cool. I think that's all the news we've got for you and trailers. So let me just unmute this little lady who's back in her place. Oh yeah, there's Summer Games Fest. I can't go through all of them just because I got stuff I gotta do before my workout, but No More Room in Hell 2, Slitterhead, Karma the Dark World, Zoochosis, State of Decay 3, and then all those Blumhouse games. Those were all announced at Summer Games Fest. So if you like games, check them out. And, and the Doom prequel, that's right. Relevant to me. There's another Doom game coming out. I didn't see any trailers for it or anything. Is it in the style of Eternal in 2016? Zoochosis. Thank you, Jonathan. Or is it a new style of Doom game? Because I do love that don't stop moving, don't stop killing attitude of Doom Eternal in 2016. Cool. Great. Yes, but medieval? Whoa, that sounds dope. Oh, thank you, Michael. Social media coordinator Michael hanging out as well. Okay, so for Dead Meat, I'll do the full screen. We've got we were gonna do a Violent Nature for the podcast on Wednesday, but it's looking more likely that we're gonna do a Would You Rather, like a game Would You Rather. Because we saw it in A Violent Nature, we loved it, we really want to talk about it, but we just saw it not expecting to do a podcast on, so we didn't take any notes. And we could try to do a podcast from memory, but we don't like doing that. We'd rather be fully prepared and be able to cite specific things and not just like... If we're going to talk for an hour about a movie, I want to make sure that we know everything about it. So we would have to see it again, and unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, but it is only in theaters, and we haven't had the time to get out to a theater to see it. So we're probably gonna do Would You Rather. We've been trying to get like a screener. We have a connection to one of the people who made it, but like it's hard to get a screener for a movie that's theatrical only, you know, understandably. So hopefully we can see it again soon, take notes, and then do an episode on it, because we really liked it. We think that it was a funny deconstruction of the genre, and that it'd make for a very interesting conversation on the podcast. It'll also very obviously be a kill count whenever that's available, but that probably won't be for a while. But check it out on the check it out in theaters if you haven't. And so yes, we will have a podcast Wednesday regardless, probably a Would You Rather game, and then on Friday the plan is for Lisa Frankenstein. Again, this is my time that I allot myself to complain about things that happen to us on YouTube, because I don't want to do it in too many other public-facing platforms. Like, I try not to tweet. I did just tweet about The Stepfather, which is Sunday's episode, our Father's Day kill count. I did tweet about that getting copyright claimed because it went further than usual in that they were threatening a strike on the channel for The Stepfather. But you know what? I don't know if my tweet is what did it, but that claim did get removed. We're very grateful for that. So The Stepfather has been approved by YouTube, has had its copyright claim removed. That episode will for sure 100% be out on Sunday without any issues. Stepfather kill count. Really can't wait. That stars Terry O'Quinn from Lost, who played John Locke, and it's all good to go on Sunday. But Friday's episode, Lisa Frankenstein, that's running into some issues, on both fronts. Because if you didn't know, we're always fighting two fronts. We've got the copyright claims and then the content restrictions. And Lisa Frankenstein is running into issues with both. It's getting copyright claimed, and it's hard to deal with those while we're still dealing with the content restrictions. The content restrictions, again, man, I'm telling you, it's like YouTube just does not want horror to be present on its platform in any way, shape, or form. Because, you know, initially they started to tamp down on all the explicit gore. When I started the kill count in 2017, I could put whatever the fuck I wanted in these episodes. I wouldn't get... The only time I got age restricted was, I remember things were so lenient back then. When I covered Freddy vs. Jason, I left the girl's butt in when she was running down the dock. I was censoring the boobs before that, but I was like, oh, it's a butt. It should be fine. Butts are on TV sometimes. And that got age restricted. And I was like, fuck. So that was back in 2017. I blurred the butt and it was okay. And those early episodes had so much gore and they were still monetized and it was pretty cool. But ever since then, it's just been crackdown after crackdown after crackdown. And initially, it was like a gore thing. And they're like, oh, any heads, any removed heads, those can't be there. Any excessive blood, that can't be there. And we're like, okay, fine, I guess, whatever, we'll fix those, we'll blur those. And then, like a year or so ago, YouTube started cracking down super hard on all the self-harm and suicide stuff. Any mention of it would get age restricted. You show a body and a bottle of pills and you're gonna get age restricted. And so that really made things difficult when it came to things like Smile, in which people are possessed and then do that to themselves, and then that's the whole movie. So that made it really difficult. And I was like, okay, this is a bigger headache and one that's fucking with our ability to tell the story of the movie, so I'm more mad than the gore that we have to censor, but we will try to find a way around it. Their latest thing that they just started a couple of months ago, man, is this bullshit, sexually explicit things involving minors, and they're slapping it on anything that has teenage characters, even if they're played by grown-ass adults. Lisa Frankenstein has Catherine Newton, a 26-year-old grown-ass woman, playing a high schooler, because that's what you do with movies. You have adults play high schoolers, but because her character is in high school, anytime that, like, she grabs his crotch at one point over the pants, age restricted. They talk about using, like, she has a vibrator, age restricted. That movie is basically a PG-13 movie. It's R, but with just a few minor tweaks, it could have been PG-13, and it probably would have been better for it. But, man, the Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2 episode was similarly just fucked. All the sexual content involving that grown-ass woman who happens to be playing a high school character. It just had to be censored and blurred. That's why we had... Wait, Lisa Frankenstein is PG-13? Lisa Frankenstein is PG-13? And YouTube is fucking age restricting it? Oh my God. I can't fucking believe that. I just assumed that because it was getting restricted, it was... Are you kidding me, dude? YouTube's age restricting our video about a PG-13 movie? What? Oh my God. That's so fucked. That's so fucked. The MPAA, which is the organization that if it were a person would perpetually have a stick up its ass, gave that movie a PG-13 and said 13-year-olds and up can go fucking see it by themselves without parents. And YouTube's like, no, I don't think so. That high schooler is making out with a guy, and that's not a... Fucking Christ. Wow. God damn. If I ever fucking hang it up, dude, YouTube is why. YouTube is why. Because they have just made it... They're so hostile to what we are trying to do here, which is simply celebrate film and talk about movies in the horror genre and how they're made, and holy shit. I can't believe Lisa Frankenstein is a PG-13 movie and our video on it's getting age restricted. Wow. Wow. God damn. Oh man, there's so many things in the video too that they flagged as or that we are having issues with and that we have to censor. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we get it out for you. God damn. What? Okay, after Lisa Frankenstein, like I said, The Stepfather on Father's Day. After that, on Friday, June 21st, is Totally Killer. Awesome movie. Check it out if you haven't. It's on Amazon Prime. It's so funny and so good. I love it. And that episode's just about done. I don't know if we'll have any issues with that. After that, on June 28th, in anticipation of Maxine coming out, we have Pearl. She's a star. Can't wait for that. That's a good one. And then, should I just leave it for June? Should I tell you the July one? Yeah, sure. On Friday, July 5th, we are doing our first film. Nope. Lisa Frankenstein was 2024. Our second film from 2024, Immaculate. We all... the website. The website. You're right. Yes, we're doing Immaculate. I meant to send myself that Ben, are you still in the stream? Immaculate, I feel also it kind of fits the theme of June. Just like we're doing a lot of very women protagonist films, but I guess that's a lot of horror movies in general. But yeah, Immaculate is what we're covering. Yes, Sydney Sweeney. That's July 5th. It's a nice little weird movie. Hey, dude, could you Slack me the website address, please? And I will, I want to just preview the website because I've talked about it for so long that I just want to show them a little preview of what it's going to look like. And it's open on my computer downstairs, but I don't have the address up here. Just Slack that to me if you can. And then I can go call about my crown falling out. Yeah, me too, Raphael, but I would cover the first Omen, but, you know, it is the 5th Omen film. And it would feel weird to do that without doing all the sequels in between, which I'm, you know, right now, people don't have an appetite for, so... Just put Lucy on camera and run to my other computer. Oh, dude, no! Jeb, not in here, dude! I said Slack! Oh, Ben. Ben. if you happen to see that, please don't spread that around. That's not a public website. Please don't, you know, be cool. Be cool. I'm glad the chat's not on screen anymore for this. Oh, fuck. Okay. You know, if you happen to see it, you know, you can, I don't know, be a tester or something. I don't know. All right, let's, can I hide this address bar? Here, I'll just delete this just in case. All right. Cool. Okay. Oh, wow, I fucking did it perfectly. So here's the website, what we're looking at right now. So this is the big thing. We're going to have all the movies that we've ever covered in a list here. It's going to be much, the pages are going to have more movies on it because I don't like that there are 40 fucking pages of movies here to look at. But if you go to a movie, let's see, like Bodies, 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 for instance, it'll show, you can go click where to watch it, and it'll take you to the Just Watch page so you can see where to watch it. You can view the trailer on YouTube. But you can also see where we've covered it. And in this case, there's a kill count and a podcast. So you can click those and watch those. When it's age restricted, you'll have to click through to go watch it on YouTube, which is unfortunate. But they did strongly say that it needs to have its own page just for like SEO stuff. But you can see here that like Child's Play. What do we got here? Other. The other video is every Child's Play and Chucky movie ranked. This little icon means what's your favorite scary movie, so that'll be with Liv Morgan, current women world champion. Congratulations to her. And then two little kill count icons because it's got the original and the recount. So it'll have those. You can also search for a movie. So if you were looking for Child's Play, and this is something that I was very adamant about, is as you type, it comes up in the search engine. So, oh, and you can be like, wait a minute, Children of the Corn, there's a kill count for that? There's not, but if you click it, you'll see where we discussed it. And in this case, we did a Patreon commentary track of it. Oh, this is wrong, actually, Ben. This is, the page is saying Children of the Corn 2020, but our commentary track is actually 1984. But then if you click that, because it's a Patreon link, it should go... See, this is why the website's not ready yet. That should go to the Patreon post itself, so that you can, if you're not at that level Patreon, you can then be like, oh, but I love Children of the Corn, I want to see how they covered it, so I guess I'll sign up for Patreon to get it at that level. What else can I type? Like Night. What does that bring up? Probably a bunch. Yeah, 27 results. So a whole bunch of things, and if you're scrolling and you're like, Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, there's a kill count for that? Again, it's going to be like, no, it's a Patreon commentary track. But we have a list of the shows, and these have to be filled out and get their icons, but it shows the little icon of how it's covered. They talk. So what would there be a they talk of? Like Friday 4? Oh, it's weird that when I click on movies, the search isn't there. But we do have these filters. So we haven't categorized them all yet, but let's say you're looking for a movie that you want to cover, and you're like, oh, I kind of want to watch like a movie from the 80s that has like, I don't know, it's kind of sci-fi and fantasy, but also has like creatures and monsters maybe. And we haven't really done the fear factor or tone categorizations yet. But if you're like, oh, 1980s with like creatures, monsters, sci-fi, fantasy, I don't know if the nightmare films are monsters. So I don't know if those should be included. But Aliens is a perfect example of that. So yeah, it's what we're working on. And then you can also sort it out by like, oh, but I just want to watch kill counts. I don't want to watch anything else. So like, let's see if I take off these other filters, and we have. Also, I don't think there should be an apostrophe on the decades. Let's see if the, like, they talk What movies have been covered on They Talk? Bones and All has not been covered on They Talk. So, oh, that's because the kill count is still selected as well. So They Talk, no movie. So we haven't sorted those yet. But it's very much underway. We actually just hired a friend of mine to go through and like categorize all this data. And we're constantly working on it. We're going to have, you know, these playlists of like collections of like favorite movies. And what happens if you go to a collection page, like 80 slashers? Okay, so right now, just Nightmares in there. But that's what we're working on. And we don't know, will it be updated where each movie will be currently streaming? Yes, and that'll stay up to date because that's not something that we have to manually do. There will just be this where to watch link, and that'll take you to the website Just Watch, which is great. It tells you where you can stream the movie and where you can watch it for free, where you can watch it with ads, where you can rent or buy it. So that'll always just be updated because Just Watch is good. Oh yeah, you can also click more info to go down here. And eventually one day we'd like it to where like you can click Kelly Maroney and it would take you to all the movies that feature her in them. So yep, we're working on it. Still clearly under construction, but that's what the website's looking like, and hopefully you can see that pretty soonish. But I've got to go take care of some shit before my workout. Thanks a lot for coming in, and we'll see you next week. We appreciate it. I'll see y'all later. All right, bye.